Hey gang, welcome to video 5 of the Christian Posture series. In this video, we're going to talk about something that might give you a little bit of pause when I first mention it, but I encourage you to stay with me, folks. Here we go. When building trust with someone, trying to relate to them or their situation can do more harm than good. Let me ask you to think for a moment. Can you remember a time when you truly felt heard, like someone was fully present, listening with genuine interest and care? How did that make you feel? Now contrast that with a time when you were trying to express yourself, but someone was interrupting you. They dismissed you. They corrected you. Maybe they responded with an I, me, or my statement, seeming to make it all about them. That's frustrating, sometimes even hurtful. Our clients have gone a long time without really being heard, and we get to be the ones who change that. Here's something to acknowledge up front. You're not volunteering from a place of survival. Most likely, you're not in fight or flight mode when you walk through the doors of Love in Action. But many of the people you serve are. That means you won't always relate, at least not right away. And when we don't relate, our instinct is often to try to comfort by connecting, to say something encouraging, to share your own story, your own hardship, or to reassure someone with optimism. But here's the truth. Those moments, especially early on, often call for your silence, not speaking. In Ecclesiastes, King Solomon tells us, there's a time to keep silent and a time to speak. We need the wisdom to know which time it is. And most often at the beginning of a relationship, it's time to listen. And that might seem counterintuitive because you're here to help them, to offer assistance or knowledge, maybe information, but you need to be patient. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care." And caring starts with listening. Talking doesn't build trust. Being in a position of knowledge or authority doesn't build trust. Being interesting doesn't build trust. You know what does? Curiosity. Genuine interest in another human being. An interest in learning their story, not just solving their problem. The most interesting people are interested people. And maybe the most powerful way you can share your gifts is to be more interested in the person in front of you. Eventually, they'll become curious about you because you've shown you care about them. Like Teddy Roosevelt said, they aren't going to care what you know until they know that you care about them. In Proverbs 18, that wise King Solomon reminds us again, to answer before listening, that is folly and shame. When someone shares something painful and we immediately respond with, well, at least, or I know someone who, or I've been through something similar, even with good intentions, it can make them feel unseen, like their pain is being minimized. Resist the urge to sprinkle a potential awkward situation with positive thinking or statements of your old challenges. There will be a time to share, but not right away. First, we earn the right to be heard by listening well. Listening is ministry. It's often the most healing thing we can offer. Sometimes the person in front of you doesn't need a solution yet. They need to know they matter, that their voice matters, that someone is willing to hear them. Paul reminded us over and over again the fruits of the Spirit, that love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Listening exercises all 9 of those fruits. Self-control. Be quiet.
Shut up!
These aren't just emotional expressions, they're strategic spiritual tools for ministry. Sometimes the gift we bring isn't the job training or the knowledge or the budgeting help or the parenting tips. In the moment, it's the attention. The act of being present while someone releases what they've been carrying. Because before someone can receive a new thing, they may need to release the old thing. And that might take time. That might take silence. That might take us putting our own words aside for a while. So what does active listening look like in action? Well, to start off, you can use short encouragers. Things like I see. Go on. I'm listening. You can also reflect back occasionally. So what you're saying is, this helps the person feel heard and helps you ensure you understand. Validate feelings. Things like statements like, that sounds overwhelming, or I can see why you're frustrated. You don't have to agree with every choice they make, but you can acknowledge pain. Avoid quick fixes. Ask instead, what have you considered doing? Or what do you feel is your biggest obstacle right now? Be patient. People often repeat themselves. They wander. Let them. It's often part of the healing process. And allow silence. Let them break the silence. James, the brother of Jesus, reminds us to be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. And notice the order. Hear first, speak later. Don't react in frustration. Sometimes what a person says might offend you or seem irrational. But remember, this could be their test. They could be testing you. They could be thinking, can I trust this person with my truth? You pass that test by listening first. Listening without judgment. Because trust is the foundation. You might have wisdom. You might have scripture. You might have resources. But none of that matters if they don't trust you. And the trust isn't built through expertise. It's built through compassion and patience. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's commit to being people who listen first. Let's build trust not with just our words, but with our presence. Let's remember that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. It's to serve as a daily reminder to listen more than we speak. In the next video, we're going to explore how trust continues to grow, not just when we're teaching others, but when we're willing to learn from those that we're serving. All right, gang, thank you for spending this time reflecting with me. Together we will move forward in humble and Christ-centered leadership. Bye for now.